Welcome back in to Talking Fitchburg. We are cruising right along here today, and we're in our guest segment, and Tracy Bugles. I am terrible with names. Terrible.
Me too. And I get called Bugless, so don't worry about it.
I almost did say that, by the way. So I appreciate you doing that. Tracy, good morning. You're from Grace Hospice Care here right in the Fitchburg area, but also surrounding areas. You guys are everywhere. Love it. And this morning we're talking about another fundraiser opportunity. And I just saw you were coming off your golf outing. Was that a success?
We had a golf outing at Trapper's Turn in the Dells. Tuesday. We had a sold-out golf course.
Wow.
We doubled our attendance from the year before, and it was our second year. So, we're very happy.
That's impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Golf is always it's a good time. It's nice to get outside.
It's only 150 degrees, but it was fine.
Well, then the drinks were flowing good, I'm sure, that day. But this morning, you've got another fundraiser coming up here, and this one's really neat. I'm excited for you to tell us a little bit about this.
Thank you. It is pretty unique. We're hosting a circus, a private circus, just for our Grace Hospice donors and sponsors. And so it's being hosted by Susan and Jonathan Lipp and Brett and Susan Topham. It's on August 17th at 5:30 p.m. We start with a reception in the Circus World Museum with what we're calling a movable feast, and that will go from 5:30 to about 6:45. Then we'll have our Tiger Experience. From there, we'll go over to the big tent, the big top, seats 1,000 people. And we'll have our own private performance for up to 1,000 starting at 7.
Wow.
It's amazing. The circus is still here. Ringling Brothers closed, but the Baraboo Circus is still here, and we've got elephants. As you know, they escaped recently.
Yeah, there was a minor technicality that they did escape, but what they were doing was drawing attention to to the circus up there. That's the way I looked at it.
Yes.
It was all staged.
It was good press, yeah.
all news is good news. Is that right? Something like that.
Right.
Let's talk about when you're doing these fundraising events, the different portions. Where are they going to?
The funds go. 100% of the funds go to our Care for All program, which is our charity care program. Each year, a Grace spends about $750,000 on charity care to help people in need at end of life that would no longer or would not be eligible for hospice coverage through insurance or Medicaid. So very important service in our area. In 40 years, we've never turned anyone away that's needed end of life hospice care because of these funds.
That's impressive, very impressive. And maybe for somebody who's not used a hospice care before, could you talk a little bit about it? And again, if you haven't seen this show before, we've explored so many different areas, so I know it'll be hard for you to lay out everything that's going there. But when you think hospice, what would you say for folks out there?
If you're thinking about hospice care, it's end-of-life care, which means comfort and dignity, free of pain. So if you're speaking with your doctor or you have any questions, feel free to call us. Go to grace.org. There's general information on our webpage. But give us a call and talk to our admissions staff, and we'll talk you through and answer some very specific questions. We're happy to come out and do a consultation. And maybe you need palliative care, which is not hospice care. It's while you're obtaining curative treatment, we can help make you comfortable during then as well.
And I think it's also important to note that you guys are more than just the Fitchburg area here. Obviously, we have a nice facility here in Fitchburg, but you are out and about in the community, whether you're going to go to a nursing home, whether you're going to be in-home care. If you could talk just a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Actually, we have 50 beds here in Fitchburg, but we serve over 800 people a day. So 95% of those we serve are in their home or in an assisted living facility or in a retirement village. Wherever the person calls home is where we will go.
And recently just had a family member that passed away, but that was working with you guys. And I just want to comment that they were giving updates every day when they would come out to visit. The nurses that came out and visited and the care staff would always write a really detailed note or about what was going on, what's the plan, what's very impressive. I've never seen it start to finish the process, and I've got to say it was very, very impressive. So well done to your staff there at A Grace.
It was our honor to serve your family.
Yeah, you guys do an impressive job, and I also like watching your guys' Facebook pieces too, because I've seen horses were just there again.
That's right. Mounted police were there yesterday visiting our patients. Each patient room in Fitchburg has its own private patio because patients like to be outside at end of life. So the horses walked around and loved being petted and fed carrots, and everyone had fun.
That was a great day to be on the job.
Yeah, right?
For both the horses, staff,
horses
and then glad that the patients were able to
had fun too.
hang out with that. So again, if you haven't got on board with A Grace yet, I mean, now's the time. And again, this big top event coming up is going to be just another step in the right direction for great fundraising for a great cause.
Thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Tracy, thank you. Again, Tracy from A Grace Hospice Care right here in the Fitchburg area. We're going to wrap up the show here next. It is Talking Fitchburg.